Did you know that a simple pocket change coins could be worth thousands to millions of dollars? Some rare error top 3 coins have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auctions, making them some of these most valuable modern coins ever discovered. It could change your life overnight. What if I told you that a single 2000 P Sacagawea dollar could be worth not just hundreds, not just thousands, but potentially even millions of dollars? That's right. Some rare error varieties of this modern dollar coin have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auctions, turning an ordinary coin into a numismatic jackpot. Imagine finding one of these valuable coins hidden in your collection or even in circulation today. It could change your life forever. History of the 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar. The Sacagawea Dollar was introduced in 2000 as a replacement for the unpopular Susan B. Anthony dollar. The U.S. Mint wanted to create a coin with a distinctive golden appearance, achieved by using a manganese-brass alloy over a pure copper core. The 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, was the very first issue of this new series. Millions were produced for circulation, but a small number of them contained rare and dramatic errors, making them highly sought after by collectors today. Top rare errors in the 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar. Let's dive into the most valuable and rarest errors that could make you rich. 2000 P Cheerios Sacagawea Dollar, perhaps the most famous of all Sacagawea Dollar errors. This variety was part of a special promotion in early 2000. The U.S. Mint included these dollars in Cheerios cereal boxes as part of a marketing campaign, but there was a catch. Value. Depending on condition, these rare coins have sold for $5,000 to $25,000 at auction. 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar struck on a Susan B. Anthony planchet. A major minting mistake occurred when some 2000 P Sacagawea dollars were struck on leftover planchets meant for Susan B. Anthony dollars, which were still in production in the late 1990s. Value. Depending on the grade, these errors have sold for $10,000 to $15,000. 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar struck on a state quarter planchet. This error occurs when a Sacagawea dollar design is accidentally struck onto a planchet intended for a state quarter. Value. Some of these rare error coins have sold for $20,000 or more. 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar Multiple strikes error. A multiple strike error happens when a coin is struck more than once due to a malfunction in the minting process. Value. Depending on the severity of the error, these coins can sell for $3,000 to $10,000. 2000 P Sacagawea Dollar with missing edge lettering. Some 2000 P Sacagawea dollars were accidentally struck without the required edge lettering. Value. These errors can sell for $1,000 to $5,000. Auction records. 2000 P Sacagawea dollars worth fortunes. Several 2000 P Sacagawea dollar errors have made history with their sky-high auction prices. A Cheerios Sacagawea dollar in pristine condition sold for $25,000. A Susan B. Anthony planchet error Sacagawea fetched $12,500. A state quarter planchet error Sacagawea stunned collectors at $20,000 plus. And collectors are still hunting for more rare varieties, meaning prices could continue to rise. What if I told you that a single 1976 Bicentennial Quarter could be worth not just hundreds, not just thousands, but potentially even millions of dollars? That's right. Some rare error varieties of this special quarter have shocked the numismatic world with their skyrocketing values at auctions. Imagine stumbling upon one of these ultra-rare coins in your collection. It could turn a simple pocket change discovery into a life-changing fortune. But what makes the 1976 Bicentennial Quarter so special? What are the rare errors that collectors are paying small fortunes for? And most importantly, how can you tell if you have one? History of the 1976 Bicentennial Quarter. The 1976 Bicentennial Quarter was released to commemorate America's 200th anniversary of independence. Unlike other quarters, this one features a unique design on the reverse, a colonial drummer with a torch surrounded by 13 stars, replacing the usual eagle. Let's dive into the most valuable and rarest errors that could make you rich. 1976 Bicentennial Quarter Double Die Obverse, DDO. One of the most famous and valuable errors, the double die obverse occurs when the coin's design is struck twice, leading to noticeable doubling. Value. Depending on condition, these rare coins have sold for $1,000 to $10,000 plus at auction. 1976 Bicentennial Quarter Double Die Reverse, DDR, similar to the DDO, this error appears on the reverse side of the coin, causing elements to appear doubled. Value: a high-grade DDR Bicentennial Quarter has been known to sell for $3,000 to $15,000. 1976 Bicentennial Quarter struck on a nickel planchet. A major minting mistake occurred when some Bicentennial Quarters were struck on planchets meant for nickels. Value: depending on the grade, these errors have sold for $5,000 to $10,000. 1976 Bicentennial Quarter struck on a dime planchet, an even rarer error. Some Bicentennial Quarters were accidentally struck on planchets meant for dimes. Value: some of these rare error coins have sold for $10,000 or more. 1976 Bicentennial Quarter off-center strikes. Off-center strikes occur when a coin is not properly aligned in the press, leading to a portion of the design being missing. Value: depending on how off-center the strike is, these coins can sell for $1,500 to $5,000. 1976 Bicentennial Quarter missing clad layer. Some Bicentennial Quarters were struck without their outer clad layer, exposing the copper core. Value: these errors have sold for $3,000 to $8,000. Auction records. 1976 Bicentennial Quarters worth fortunes. Several 1976 Bicentennial Quarter errors have made history with their record-breaking prices. A double die obverse example in high grade sold for $12,000. A struck on a nickel planchet error shocked collectors with a sale price of $10,500. A missing clad layer variety brought in an astonishing $8,250. And with more collectors searching for these rare varieties, prices could continue to rise. What makes the 1966 Washington Quarter so incredibly rare? What are the key errors you should be looking for? And how can you tell if you have one of these fortune-making coins in your possession? Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll have all the insider knowledge to potentially unlock a hidden treasure in your very own hands. History of the 1966 Washington Quarter. The 1966 Washington Quarter was minted during a crucial time in American coinage history. The U.S. Mint had just transitioned away from 90% silver coins, replacing them with a copper-nickel clad composition due to rising silver prices. This change, which began in 1965, caused major disruptions in minting processes, leading to a variety of fascinating and highly valuable errors. Top rare errors in the 1966 Washington Quarter. Let's dive into the rarest and most valuable errors that could make you rich. 1966 Double Die Obverse, DDO, Quarter. One of the most sought-after errors in coin collecting, the double die obverse, DDO, occurs when the coin's design is accidentally stamped twice, creating a noticeable doubling effect. Value: depending on the coin's condition, a well-preserved 1966 DDO quarter can fetch $1,000 to $10,000 at auction. 1966 OFF Center Strike Quarter. Off-center errors happen when a coin is struck improperly, resulting in part of the design being cut off. Value: the more dramatic the off-center strike, the higher the value. Some extreme examples have sold for $500 to $5,000. 1966 Clipped Planchet Error. A clipped planchet error occurs when a blank coin planchet is improperly cut, leading to a missing section of the coin. Value: depending on the size of the clip and overall condition, these errors can bring in $300 to $3,000. 1966 Struck on a silver planchet error. This is where things get really exciting. Although 1966 quarters were supposed to be made of copper-nickel clad, a few were mistakenly struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from previous years. Value: these are some of the most valuable 1966 errors, often selling for $10,000 to $50,000 or more at major auctions. 1966 Quarter with Full Brockage Error. A brockage error occurs when a previously struck coin sticks to the die, creating a mirror image of the design on the next coin. Value: depending on clarity, these coins can reach prices of $2,000 to $15,000. Auction records. 1966 quarters worth fortunes. Several 1966 Washington quarters have stunned the numismatic world with their massive auction sales. A 1966 quarter with a dramatic off-center strike sold for $3,500. A high-grade DDO variety fetched over $12,000. A silver planchet error quarter went for an astonishing $50,000 plus. And collectors are still hunting for more of these rare errors, meaning prices could continue to climb in the future.